Have you ever wondered what love looks like in its purest form? Not love in comfort, not love in words, but love that stands firm in the face of death. That was the scene at the foot of the cross, where pain, sacrifice, and destiny collided in one unforgettable moment. The sky was heavy with darkness. The noise of the crowd rose like a storm, some mocking, some weeping, and others just watching in silence. Soldiers stood with cold eyes, their spears ready, as if guarding a common criminal. But this was no ordinary execution. This was destiny unfolding. Upon that cross hung Jesus, bruised, bleeding, and struggling for each breath. Every gasp of air sounded like eternity pressing on his chest. Yet, even in his suffering, the story was not just about death. It was about love, sacrifice, and a promise that would change the world forever. Not far from the cross stood a small group of the faithful, unshaken, unafraid. There was Mary, the mother of Jesus, her heart pierced with a sorrow words could not contain. She remembered his first cry in Bethlehem, the tiny hands that once clung to her. Now those same hands were pierced with nails. Beside her stood her sister, and Mary Magdalene, once broken, but now restored. And close to them was John, the beloved disciple, his face pale, but his resolve unbroken. They could not rescue him from the cross, but they could remain. Their love was stronger than their fear. Through the agony, Jesus opened his eyes. His gaze fell on his mother, her pain, her tears, her silent strength. Then his eyes turned to John, and in that moment, even as he suffered, he gave them both a gift. Woman, behold your son. Then to John, behold your mother. With those words, family was redefined. Mary gained a son who would care for her. John gained a mother he would honor. And beyond them, the world gained a truth that would echo forever. At the cross, love makes strangers into family, and pain births new purpose. Moments later, Jesus whispered, "I thirst." A sponge was lifted to his lips, and then, in a voice that thundered through history, he declared, "It is finished." Not a cry of defeat, not the end of hope, but a declaration of victory. The mission was complete, the work of salvation accomplished. With one final breath, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. At the foot of the cross, it seemed like an ending, but in truth, it was only the beginning. For there, pain met purpose, grief met glory, and death gave way to life. So, remember this: destiny is often hidden in pain. At the cross, everything changes.